If you would like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
In August of 2010, a young man named Tyler Clementi just started attending a university in New Jersey as a freshman. He was allocated to share a room with another student named Dharun Ravi.
Tyler Clementi had requested the room to himself one night so he could have privacy when he invited a guest over. He identified as gay, and Dharun Ravi secretly set up his webcam to monitor the shared room and view that private date. On that evening, Dharun Ravi went to the room of another student, Molly Way, and accessed his webcam while several visitors were in the room. They all viewed the webcam that was pointed at Tyler Clementi's bed.
Ravi tweeted to his 150 followers about his screening of Tyler's private liaison with another man. The victim, Tyler Clementi, saw Ravi's humiliating tweets the next day.
Anyone with iChat, I dare you to video chat me between the hours of 9:30 and 12.
Tyler Clementi talked to a resident advisor about this and filled out an online form requesting a room change, reporting that his roommate had spied on him with a webcam.
Dharun Ravi made further tweets advertising his plans to film the next private encounter of his roommate.
However, despite these plans, the second viewing never went ahead.
On September 21st, which was Tuesday around 5:30, what did he send you a text message saying?
He wants the room again.
And who did you understand he to be?
Tyler?
3 days after the encounter, Tyler Clementi took his own life. That night, he went to the George Washington Bridge and at 8:42 p.m. posted the status update on Facebook. Jumping off the GW Bridge. Sorry.
Dharun Ravi was questioned by the police and later charged with invasion of privacy and bias intimidation. There is a link to Dharun Ravi's trial in the description and at the end of this interrogation.
Obviously, we want to talk to you about this stuff involving Mr. Clementi. Before we do that, though, like everyone else, you have to be advised of your rights, what your rights are and everything. So you understand English and all that, right? You're in college, so with the highest level education you've achieved, high school?
High school, yeah.
All right, not a problem.
3 weeks in college? All right, well, you're aware of the Miranda warnings? Yeah, I'm going to start off with, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. Do you understand that? Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer. You can have a lawyer present with you while you can question. Do you understand that? Yes. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish one. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. You can decide to exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay, knowing your right, do you wish to speak with us then? Yes. Okay. Just go ahead and sign right there, signature. It's the 23rd of September. Witness this. Put it 10:15. Okay.
You sign it?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, okay.
All right, well, I guess take us by. I guess what we're going to ask you is obviously, we're not sure exactly the fate of Mr. Clementi. Are you aware of his status? Okay, we're not certain. I mean, obviously it appears that for whatever reason, he possibly committed suicide. Okay, he left some stuff behind, his belongings, and although we have no contact with his body, we haven't physically recovered anything, we haven't heard anything. I mean, all things are, the evidence is pointing to the fact that probably did occur. But we're not 100% sure. But obviously we're looking back historically at events leading up to that. And one of the things that has come out through talking to people is that there was this streaming video, I guess, from his room a couple nights prior to. So that's what we want to talk to you about, is what happened here, what led up to this. I mean, exactly what was done, what was broadcast, if anything. I mean, what do you know? I mean, we talked to some people who, like, we can share some information. Some people know some things. Everything seems to point that you're the guy who really has the full picture of everything. So that's what brings us here. So, I mean, I guess take me back to the weekend or whatever. Explain to us exactly, how do we wind up here tonight opposed to whenever this all started moving?
Okay, Sunday evening, maybe around 7 o'clock, he told me, my roommate Tyler told me, can I have a friend over here till like 12 o'clock? And I was like, okay, I'm just doing homework in my room. And I thought, just having a friend over there and hang out.
Okay, so this is this Sunday the 19th?
Yeah, the most recent Sunday.
Okay, all right. And he's having this conversation with you early in the day in anticipation of having...
It was like, I got home late because I was at a tournament, but yeah, he told me like an hour before, maybe an hour or two before.
Okay, so what time of night is that? If you had a
8 o'clock probably.
PM?
Yeah.
All right, and what does he tell you?
He tells me, he just says, is it okay if I have someone here at 12? And I thought, okay, he's going to have someone over here. And then around 9, the guy walks in, and he's like, he doesn't seem like a student here, he seems kind of older, and it was kind of weird. Honestly, I was a little like, I didn't know who he was, I was a little worried about he was bringing.
He was what?
I was worried about who he was bringing, like...
Who he was bringing?
Yeah, I wasn't...
Okay.
And then...
Meaning Mr. Clementi?
Yeah, the guy that walked in, like, the reason I was a little weirded out is because he came in, I said, hey, he didn't acknowledge me at all. He just sat on the bed, on Tyler's bed, and just didn't say anything. So I left the room, and then I was kind of getting, like, a little creeped out and worried about what was happening. Because I had other valuables in there, I wasn't sure what's going. So I went across to Molly her and I told her, and I was talking to her, but like, oh, maybe just see what they're doing for like a quick second to make sure nothing like, there's nothing kind of like looking through my stuff or anything. So then we go to the computer and then like, we turn it on. At the corner of the screen we see we barely see, we saw like someone's back. So it was like obvious that they're being intimate or whatever. So we closed it immediately and like I just felt like really uncomfortable and like almost like guilty that I saw that. So I told people to like, because I didn't want to know what to do or like tell them I saw it and stuff. I mean, he was really quiet and shy, so I thought, I can't tell him I saw it because like, it would embarrass him too much.
Meaning Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on Tuesday, he asked for the room again. I mean, this
past Tuesday, obviously. So that would be the takes us 19th instead of 21st.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time I knew it was going to happen, so...
Because you had witnessed it prior.
Yeah, so then I told, like... I told my friends, like, oh, he asked for room again. Like, don't try video chatting or anything, because, like, I don't want what happened last week to happen again. I put my computer to sleep and I turned my camera away just in case. And then I played Ultimate Frisbee. I went to practice, like, while he was using...
What is it called? What do you practice?
Ultimate Frisbee.
Okay.
I went to practice I left at like 8:30, and then I got back around like 11:30. I didn't go back to my room. I just hung out with a few friends till late at night. And I came back to my room and he was sleeping and I think
Okay. Describe this guy, the guest.
He seemed older than us. That's what I thought.
If you had to guesstimate his age.
Maybe like 26, maybe 25, 26.
Okay.
And then he was slightly overweight and he had short hair. He had some sort of like beard, maybe.
Did Tyler ever mention him as who is this, his name?
No, because like I always try to talk. Like Tyler was like really quiet in general. Okay. Like every time I try to have a conversation with him, it would be like short and brief. I figured, he's just a shy kid. He's not like talking or whatever. So, and especially after I saw what happened, I felt very awkward about the situation. I think to ask like, who was the guy?
Okay, so you say he was like 26, 27.
Yeah.
And you said he was a little slightly overweight.
Yeah. He had short, dark hair.
You remember what he was wearing?
He was wearing a t-shirt and jeans and like white sneakers.
What sneaker? You know what color the t-shirt was?
It was a white t-shirt with like black print all over it. And then
Your glasses or anything?
No, I just got a bad vibe from him. And even though I was like weirded out by him, but when he asked for the room again on Tuesday, I didn't say anything because I felt guilty from the previous time. So said, yeah, you can. And then, yeah.
Okay, so what happens now? Now, this guy leaves on Tuesday. What happens Wednesday, meaning yesterday? Or, yeah, it's still yesterday. What happens yesterday?
So, obviously, I slept through the night, and then Tyler was gone. Wait, Tuesday? Today's Thursday, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Today's
so
Thursday.
I go through, okay, I didn't have any class. I don't have class on Wednesday, so I just had like a lazy day. I was sitting in my room, and I think Tyler came back from class or wherever he was, and he was doing something by his desk, but then one of my friends came in and asked me for my help with something. I walked out of the room. When I came back, he was gone. But his backpack was there. I figured, oh, maybe he just went like, to grab food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I didn't have anything to do, so I was just sitting by my computer watching a movie. And then I was like my dad said I was sick, so I tried to go to bed early. But obviously cops came and knocked on my door, and they asked me, when was the last time you saw him? I gave him a description of that guy because I thought, like I said, I got a bad vibe from him. I was worried that maybe he was involved with something. And then, like all of a sudden, various people were knocking on my door looking for him. And in the morning when I woke up, the counselor, where I was about to leave for class, 2 counselors came in and told me what happened. And
well, but we're not sure if that is exactly what happened. But he is missing, and obviously there's some evidence that points to the fact that he may in fact have. So what did they tell you? Let me ask you. I don't want to put words or information in your mind. I want everything.
They said, like you said, they haven't ID'd anything yet, but
they tell you where his belongings were located?
On by the bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what they told me.
All right.
He ever say anything to you about leaving school or anything like that?
No, like I said, he's very quiet, so like if something was wrong, I wouldn't be able to tell because he doesn't talk anyway.
Now, was he aware of the fact that you had seen what you had seen with him?
My RA Rahi, he told me that he came to talk to him, but what he told me was Tyler thought I was like broadcasting to people and like telling people to watch it, or like providing people, like facilitating a way for people to come and watch it. That's why immediately after Rahi told me that, I sent him a long like text and email explaining what happened because I didn't want him to think that I was spying on him. Because I mean, who would? That's it. I can't imagine like who would want to see them. Who would like? So and then I sent that to him, and then I was waiting for a response while I was trying to sleep that night. And then the cops told me they found his phone, so I figured, oh, he must have lost his phone, which is why he's not responding. And then, all right.
Mr. Ravi, I mean, some of what you're telling me makes sense, but I mean, let me just tell you this, okay? Whatever happened on Sunday and Tuesday, whatever, it obviously was a mistake, okay? Things happen. And there's no way you could have foreseen that some mistakes that you made would possibly lead to this. And I'm not saying this is your responsibility or your fault. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that we're never going to know about, okay? But obviously some things happened before this, and before you're sitting here before me today. Those are mistakes you couldn't foresee. But now you need to be totally truthful, okay? You're not being totally truthful, okay? And I'm going to explain to you why. Because we've spoken to Molly at great length, and you know that because you've had text communications with her, you know. And you're sitting here telling me, you know, hey, listen, you know, I was worried about my belongings, this kind of. We know that you deliberately planned and set this up. Okay, this is something you spoke about doing before you did it.
Because I was worried about what was going on in there.
That's not true.
I told you I left my iPad in there, and I was.
That's fine, but that's not the reason. That may be true. You may have left your iPad. You may have had your valuables in there. But the reason you set up this computer and placed it on auto so you could access it from somewhere else was to spy.
Because I wanted, like, I didn't expect them to be doing what they've been doing.
Okay, but you had suspicions that you wanted to validate for yourself, for your own personal knowledge. I mean, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but everybody I've spoken to has been very truthful, very honest. I don't know why you would want that to change and be the one person who's not going to come in here and tell us the truth. But everybody's come in, and it's pretty clear.
I had it set up like that for a while.
Okay. Because if someone wants to access you, you have the right to accept or reject, right?
Right, but I just had it like that because,
All right. So you can access it automatically from another location.
yeah. I'm just like into like computer stuff like that. So I
Okay.
do
Okay. But I bet you if we went around to everybody who's been in your room, we're going to find out that your computer is set up a certain way, and on this night, everything was pointed in a direction and specifically towards your roommate's side.
no, like I sit on the other side of him, so no matter what, it's facing like that side.
All I'm telling you right now is there's going to be ways to verify if you're telling me the truth or not, because you've spoken about this, you've communicated electronically, text, you've done a lot of things, you've talked to a lot of people about your intentions, and all last week before you ever thought it would come to this, and don't think for a second we're not going to go back and do some research. I mean, I'll tell you now, we have your computers.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to know what you put out over the internet, who you tweeted, what you said to them.
Yeah, I tweeted on Tuesday night, he asked for the room again. Don't video chat me from 9:30 to 12. Like, dare you video chat me from 9:30 to 12.
I think I'll share with you exactly what you tweeted. Let me find it. Yeah, let me help jog your memory here. The last thing I want to have happen is for you to leave here and say, hey, these guys didn't give me a chance to be totally honest and totally forthcoming.
Just skip over it. You might skip over it.
I got it. Here we go. Roommate asked for the room till midnight. I went into Molly's room and turned on my webcam and saw him making out with the dude. Yay.
Yes.
Anyone with iChat, I dare you, not please don't, I'm warning you, I dare you to video chat me between the hours of 9:30 and 12. Yes, it's happening again.
But obviously, like, I said that in a sarcastic way, first of all, and second of all, I turned off my computer so they wouldn't be able to, I put it to sleep so they wouldn't be able to do anything. That's just the way I talk, like.
I dare you, it sounds like an invitation.
But
you could take it, that may be how you want to try to sell it, and that's fine.
That's just, and the fact is, like, if you ask people, like, one of the kids in the hall told me, like, was kind of worried, and then he told me, like, oh, your computer was off.
Well, here's my question for you here. Here's $1 million question. Let's see if you're going to. So you go. Let me get this straight. You set this computer up, and it's in auto mode so you can access it from outside your room.
Yeah.
And you did this before Mr. Clementi or Tyler was there.
Like, I had it set up like this for a while.
Okay. You have some concerns about your valuables. Do you ever tell Mr. Tyler, listen, I don't know who you're bringing here, but I have valuables. Do I need to take them with me? Or
No, but that was like a spur of the moment because I thought he was just bringing a friend, and then after that I got worried when I saw the guy.
All right. But you already had your computer set up on auto.
But that's because it's a lot to explain, but
It is, and if you know what's happening is you're spinning yourself into. Listen to me. I'm being honest with you here. Mistakes were made this week. You made mistakes. Whether you want to admit to them here with me or not, you made mistakes, and you know you did. Down inside, you know you did. Okay? And those could not be foreseen. You're deliberately lying to us now and telling us that, listen, I wasn't spying on my roommate. I just wanted to watch my valuables. That's not going to work. That is an outright lie.
Okay, I didn't mean I wanted to find out what was happening in there.
Okay, and what were your suspicions? Were you suspect that he was having a gay relationship?
I didn't know what was happening. Like, it was just a weird guy, so I wanted to see.
All right. So, is it safe to say you invaded his privacy?
Well, yes, but...
Okay. So it's either yes or no. It ain't a but. Either you did or you didn't.
I mean, I didn't realize it was, like, something so private.
Exactly.
It was my room also, so I thought...
But you just said it yourself. That's the gospel. What you did. No one. That's the most powerful thing you said to me here. It was something so private.
That's why I immediately closed it, and I felt like.
All right, but that also explains quite honestly why you had no right to do it in the first place, because it was so private. Your roommate is asking you your permission before he brings in. Can I have the room for a couple hours? And you comply.
No, but the first time he asked for the room, he said, "Can I just have some over till 12?" And it was a guy that walked in, so I didn't really think.
And my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, is you you mean you want me out of here?
Yeah, like I didn't realize, like I still didn't like realize why he wanted me out of there. So.
Okay, but eventually you comply with them. You give him his space, right?
Like, because I was about to take a shower and just like, I'm just gonna grab yourself and go. So,
Okay.
But you didn't go shower, you went across the hall.
yeah, because and then I went to shower after and stuff.
Then you go to Molly's, and what time do you log on to use her computer to log on to your computer, right? And obviously, what do you see?
I just see in the corner just movement, and it's obvious what's happening.
What do you see? It's obvious. Tell me what's obvious.
I just saw someone's back and like movement. They were standing up against the door, I guess.
Okay. Intimately?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not asking you questions, anything I don't know the answer to already.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but again, you have to speak for yourself at some point. So what happens next now? You see this? How long do you view whatever it is that's going on in the room?
Like a few seconds.
Okay.
Because first, like, we were shocked at what we saw, so we paused and closed it.
And you say we, you mean who?
Me and Molly.
Okay. What happens next?
And like we're just shocked, and then like we're just so surprised what didn't happen, and like, I feel like I had to tell some like people.
Okay. So who did you tell?
Other people in the hall.
Okay. And what did you tell them?
I told them what I saw.
Which is, in your own words, what words did you explain?
I said I saw him, like I said in the tweet, making out with his roommate.
Okay. All right. And then what happens?
And then I went to take a shower,
Okay.
and then I came back into the room, and apparently like he was done, and then I just passed out. I went out with my friends and came back to the washroom. I fell asleep.
You went out with your friends, you came back to whose room?
Molly's room.
Molly's room,
And I
okay.
fell asleep there, and then they woke me up and told me to go back, and I went back and slept in my room.
Okay. All right. What happens next? Nothing happens on Monday. Tuesday, Tyler comes to you, and I guess he asks you if he could have the...
He texted me if he could have the room.
Okay, and what happens?
And I said, yeah. And then, again, I sent out that tweet like, oh, it's happening again. And then I told you I had frisbee practice. So I put my computer to sleep and then turned the camera away, and then I told a few people in the hall what's happening again. I mean, like, they joked around, like, oh, you turn the camera on again. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I left and I came back and no one said anything, so that's all.
When you say you turn the camera away, where'd you turn the camera?
Like, towards my bed.
Towards your bed?
Okay, so here's the question. I'm going to be careful here now, because this is where you're going to have to be honest with us. Like I said, we have your computers, and we know it's live stream. That's why we're going to look at some stuff. Our guys look at forensic exams and residual stuff. That's the data. And we're going to talk to a lot of people. We talk to a lot of people. We're not done yet. Are we going to run into anybody who's going to tell me that they witnessed your computer on Tuesday? They've seen streaming video of this again, the second time.
Well, I confirmed with my friend who's in the hall. He said, yeah, your computer was offline. What he checked was done tonight. And from what I heard, no one saw anything.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone tried to see anything either. I'm not sure though.
So just to be clear here, you did not set this up for a second
Night, no, I did not set it up.
Okay.
In fact, before I left, just to double check to make sure there's no way someone could do it, I asked my friend from NYU to try to like call in. And she said it wasn't working, so I was like, okay, perfect, now I'm gonna leave now.
You called your friend from NYU?
What?
You called your friend?
I texted her, was like, try video chatting me, and she's like, that's not working. I'm like, okay.
Who's your friend?
Her name's Christy Wong, and
Let's have her information. Chrissy Wong?
Christy,
Christy?
K-R-I-S-T-I-E.
K-R-I-S-T.
I-E. W-O-N-G.
Okay. And what's your number? For information?
Uh, 732
Mm-hmm.
647 6463.
And you texted her from that phone?
No, I texted her through my computer.
Okay. To where? To her phone?
No, to her, like, I am.
Okay. What's your IM screen name?
I don't, like, it's on my computer, I don't know what it is.
It's on your computer?
Yeah.
On your computer it's on there?
Yeah.
All right. It's not a problem. All right.
How many followers do you have on Twitter?
Just my friends from old school,
Just from
high school.
from high school? So then how, if it's just friends from high school, then how did the guy on your floor know to look at the camera?
Oh, because I told you as I told people in the dorm too, like, what's happening.
About what was happening on the camera with your roommate?
On Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
No, I said the roommate, I told him, oh, my roommate asked for the roommate.
Asked for the room. And then so then you told him that, and then the guy down the hall tried to access the computer.
No, he's, like...
Because he said you were offline.
Yeah, no,
So he tried to look at the computer.
I told a bunch of people, and they were joking around, oh, like, they should leave it on again. But, like, they were a bunch of jokes. And then, like, when they came back, it's just like, oh, yeah, you were, I guess you didn't leave it on.
So when you saw what happened on Sunday, you told some people what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And then people knew how to access your computer if they wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Okay.
So what happens Tuesday? What happened Tuesday?
What do you mean, when?
Tuesday. This past Tuesday then.
Oh, I was away from the building the whole night, so I don't know what happened.
Does Mr. Clementi find out about this and confront you?
He doesn't confront me, but apparently he heard some things, so he went to my RA, and my RA told me on Wednesday.
Are you aware that he had your Twitter message?
No, I didn't know that.
So did he Twitter with you before this night?
No.
How many, so altogether you tweeted, right?
Yeah.
You tweeted twice or three times?
Twice. The third time was, I actually sent out the draft from it. It was last night, right?
The third time was, hey guys, what did you say the third time?
The third time, you know how your phone saves old text drafts?
Mhm.
Like, I actually sent that again last night.
What, a tweet last night?
Yeah, it was like it was similar to the second one, right?
Can you tell me?
Yeah, it was similar to that one.
What does it say?
It says, I don't remember what it says.
Did you delete any of your tweets?
Yeah, I deleted the two that you said because I realized they could be interpreted like ambiguously.
You didn't delete any other tweets, just those two?
Oh, yeah. I don't have what I said here. Unless you do.
When did you delete the tweets?
After my already talked to me.
After you already talked? That was yesterday morning? Or this morning?
Yesterday, like, afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon.
What did he tell you?
He told me what happened, how Tyler talked to him.
Okay. Everyone ignore that last tweet, stupid drafts.
No one underneath that, yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah.
But you didn't delete that one. That one's still on there.
No, I think I deleted that one too.
So you deleted 3 tweets.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't delete, I only deleted two. No, I don't think I deleted that last one.
It looks like you accidentally sent this when you were trying to delete it.
What?
It looks like you accidentally sent this again when you were trying to delete it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Well, then say that's what happened.
That's what I said. I said it's sensitive draft.
The other two tweets aren't really joking around. They're just directed at, hey, this is going on. tune in if you want to see it.
No, that's not what I said though.
It says, I dare you to chat.
But my friends already knew like what happened. So when I said I dare you to chat, like,
Well, obviously, somehow this got back to Tyler, because he quotes your tweet verbatim to Mr.
yeah,
Is it
Rahi.
Rahi.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then I realized that's when Rahi told me, and then that's why this is how I explaining like what happened.
Yeah, Mr. Tyler.
Like a really long.
I've known you were gay, and I have no problem with it. In fact, one of my closest friends is gay, and he and I have a very open relationship. I just suspected you were shy about it, which is why I never broached the topic. I don't want your freshman year to be ruined because of a petty misunderstanding. It's adding to my guilt. You have the right to move if you wish, but I don't want you to feel pressured to without fully understanding the situation.
Yeah.
When did you send that?
After Rahi talked to me last night.
So last night you sent it to him?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a response?
No, I was waiting for him, but
That went to that's to his phone, which is 201-956-5647.
yeah, it was to his phone. No.
You have it obviously saved it here.
Yeah, I have it in my phone.
Did you see what he wrote on Facebook?
I saw it this morning.
You saw it this morning?
What did it say?
It said what he was going to do.
Which is?
I'm going to jump off the Chidobe Bridge, sorry.
It's exactly what came in after your message on his phone.
Wait, did he get that before?
I don't know.
Wait, which
We're going to find out.
Okay.
Looks like yours is first, his is second.
Mine, so he got mine and then he sent it.
That's the way it looks. And I could be misspeaking here, but in the order that I'm looking at it, because the last is saved first, and then it's what just happens before it. It's kind of like this. If you look at this, the last thing you have is on top, and everything behind it follows. Well, his message off the bridge is on his phone before, at the top, underneath yours. So I could be misspeaking, but that's the way it looks. I mean, this is how this is printed. So and that's how my phone works. You get a call. The top of your call on your cell phone is the person who called you last, and the thing that happened before that, and the thing that happened before. So if that's true, it is. This happened, and the thing that happened before would be your message. So I guess here's the $1 million question here. I mean, and you've already answered it, and you've said to other people, and we've spoken to Molly, but I guess the question comes down to you. Did you violate this man's privacy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you did it deliberately.
No, I didn't do it deliberately.
You want me to show you your text conversation between you and Molly and asking her if she told the police? Did you tell them we did it deliberately? We did it on purpose?
I mean, we looked at the
Which
camera
way you
on
want
purpose.
this? It's up to you which way you want this to go. You want to lie to us?
No, if looking at the camera on purpose violated his privacy, then yes.
Okay, deliberately and on purpose. I don't understand the difference between those two words.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, so did you deliberately set this up to spy on this guy?
I didn't set up the computer to spy on him, but yes.
You chose to spy on him knowing it would work once you got into Molly's room.
Yeah.
Okay. And you seen something that was private, him being intimate with another person, right? Is that accurate, yes or no? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And you took that private information and shared it with the public. Is that fair to say?
That's because yeah.
All right, and don't make excuses for it. It is what it is. I mean, there's nobody in the world who doesn't think that happened that way. If you talk to Molly, if you talk to anybody who knows anything about this, who's seen any of this, I mean, I could walk up to a perfect stranger who doesn't know anybody in this room and just lay this out and they're going to be like, it's not that hard to figure out. So I'm just asking you, I mean, at least you could say, at least at the end of the day, we could say, listen, this guy is at least as a man about it and spoke the truth and didn't make excuses for himself. And as the time we have spent together here, I understand this is a problem for you. I understand that, you wish this never happened. Okay, but you got to be straight with us here and stop. I mean, the immature shit is what happened. That was immature to do. Okay, and it came with, unfortunately, some pretty severe consequences for Mr. Clementi. Whether or not that's totally because of this, we'll never know. I would probably suspect no. I would imagine that someone doesn't do this over one incident. This is probably something beyond anybody here in this room. But you got to grow up here now. And you got to say, listen, this was a mistake. I did something stupid. And be straight with us. And I'm going to ask you this again, because I don't want you ever to come back and say, listen, these guys did not give me a chance to be honest. I'm not, I'm not trying to minimize my errors. I'm not trying to be lie or mislead anybody. And correct me if I'm wrong, because Molly, Molly, she don't lie. She's about as honest as the day is long. So you want to say that she's lying and you're not? You go ahead. You go ahead and try that one. You knew that he was eventually going to wind up in that room along with that man, correct? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So in anticipation of him being there, you went and you put your computer on auto chat.
It was already on auto chat.
Okay. What's the purpose of putting it on auto chat if you're not going to be there?
I had it set up like that just so I can look in the room anytime. I didn't have it a goal.
Well, you have it on auto chat when you're in the room.
Yeah, it's always on like that.
Okay, so you could be doing anything in that room, and someone could hit you up, and bang, it comes on.
But people didn't know that it was like that, so they wouldn't. I figured no one knows it's on auto chat, so they're not just gonna notice spy on me.
No, but they would hit you up and they give you the right. If it's not an auto chat, you have the right to accept or decline it.
Yeah.
If it's auto chat, you don't have that right. You turn around and someone's looking at you without you even knowing it.
Oh yeah, if I don't want someone looking at me, it wouldn't be running, or I wouldn't be online.
Okay. But it's on auto chat. In fact, the way we understand is you actually went up to the room to make sure it was on auto chat before he got up there with his guest. Is that true? Okay, so you went up there to confirm it's on auto chat.
No, I would confirm I was online, yeah.
Okay, make sure it's up and running so that once they're in there, you're going to have access to that room.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you need Molly, obviously, because you got access to your computer with someone else's, and you use her computer.
Yeah. And
you see what you see in that person. You said they were kissing or something?
Well, I couldn't see that.
What did you put out there?
Well, I could tell that's what was happening.
Okay.
They were by the door or by the...
They were at the corner of the room, and I just saw their back, and you could tell what they were doing, but you couldn't actually see it.
And then you leave to go shower. Are you aware that anybody else got back into that room?
My room?
Yeah, did anybody else log on into your computer and didn't do anything else after you left?
No, I don't know that someone got into my room, no.
Not got into your room? Do you know that after you X'd out that first time you seen your roommate, Tyler, and his guest, and you said you went and took a shower or something, are you aware that if anybody else then logged on back to your computer and viewed anything else besides what you had seen?
Yeah, when I came back, they said they looked again. I was like, why would you do that?
And who's they?
There were just more people in the room all of a sudden.
Who?
I don't remember all of that. But
do you know who accessed the computer?
I don't know who did it.
Okay. Whose computer were they using?
Molly's.
Okay. Do you know if Molly is the one who logged on?
I don't know if it was her, because before I left, they were she was I don't know. I think her roommate was also in the room. Cassandra.
Casey.
Or something. Yeah, something.
Cassie or whatever.
Cassie. I think it was her. Someone was saying, yo, you should look. And we were like, no, we should look again. And I went to shower, and they came back, and apparently they looked again.
Okay. And then he asked you, Mr. Clementi or Tyler asked you for the room again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you tell them, okay, yeah, you can have the room, no problem.
Yeah.
And that's when you tweet that it's happening again.
Yeah.
What time did you put that message out?
I don't remember. I don't remember when I put it.
Okay. Did you tweet that out at the time that Tyler was there with his guest already?
No, I never saw him with his guest on Tuesday because I left before he was even in the room.
Where'd you go?
I went to Ultimate Frisbee practice, I told you.
Okay. All right. And what time did that wrap up?
11:30.
Okay, by the time you came back?
Well, I came back, I texted him, oh, can I come in the room? I didn't get a response, so I hung out with my friend. And he eventually said, we're done. And I didn't go back till later that night, though.
Okay. And Mr. Clementi never confronts you personally?
No, he never
says, hey, listen, what are you doing this for? What is this all about?
No.
Okay. And he's never short or abrupt with you over it? I mean, you just sense something was wrong?
Well, like I said, like, we didn't talk much anyway, so
okay.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay. And then, well, I'll let you answer this. I know that this whole thing you're asking, did you tell them about Tuesday?
Who?
You were very concerned if Molly had told us about Tuesday in your text to her.
I didn't know if she knew if anything happened. I said, did you tell them what I did on Tuesday?
Okay. Which is what?
How I tried to make sure, like, this didn't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was hoping she told you about it.
I don't know if that's really accurate. Anyway, I don't think you went to... You're trying to go like you went so out of your way.
No, I'm not trying to, like, hero myself, but...
The ball's in your court, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, you want to try to put it out there, listen, this happened once and I did everything in my power to make sure it would never happen again, to the point that I went out and I tweeted everybody, I dare you to get on my computer. That makes no sense. You're a college student. You know, what person are you going to grab to believe that? I mean, people who just have no common sense at all, maybe?
No, I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm saying, like, I told him it was happening again, like...
Okay.
And that's just the way we talk. It's just, like...
I don't know.
Like, if you...
Roommate asked for a room again. Now, obviously, it's happening again, which means that just listen, again. When you tell someone it's happening again, roommate asked for a room again, without telling them specifically, that means you've already put it out there as to what again means. Okay?
Yeah, because... The reason I said again is because my friends knew how uncomfortable I was the first time, so I'm like, oh my God, it's happening again.
Okay. People with iChat, don't you dare video chat me from 9:30 to 12. It's going to be a tough sell.
I'm not trying to sell anything.
No, I know you're not. Maybe that's a bad...
Oh, regardless of what I said, the fact was my computer wasn't accessible from...
And like I said, we're going to hold you to that because there's going to be a way to find out what time you were on and logged on and if it was accessed. There's going to be timestamps and, you're smart enough to know about computers that nothing's ever gone, nothing's ever deleted, nothing's ever erased, and there's always something. That's the joy of all this stuff. This is why this stuff makes it easy for me. You can tell me whatever you want right now. I mean, if you're telling me the truth, people say tell you the truth. If you're not, everyone's going to know you're not. I may not be able to tell you everything right this moment because, your computers are sitting in the other room and no one has looked at them for, and examined them. But eventually someone with, computer's going to open that thing up and make a total copy, mirror image, as we call it, of your drive, and then they're going to forensically examine that to see exactly what's on that computer, looking for keywords and stuff, and where is this, and the timestamps that all this stuff took place. And I ain't got to explain myself to you, but you know the drill. And if anything you're telling us here is inconsistent, well, then you can add a line to the police to list the problems.
Okay.
Okay? So...
When did you last iChat? Or when did you last video chat?
With whom?
With anybody.
I haven't used
Prior
it.
to Tuesday?
I don't remember using it ever.
So you left the room you've never chatted with anyone?
In between...
So you left the room Tuesday, turned the camera facing your belongings.
Mm-hmm.
You ever touch the camera again?
Yeah, I moved it back the next day.
Okay, move it back to what? What's the normal way?
Facing at me while I'm sitting there.
Facing at you, okay. And you never in any other position?
What?
Never turned any other way?
What do you mean?
Because I was in your room today and I saw the way the camera was facing.
It was facing me.
It wasn't facing you though. It was turned at an angle towards
the
other bed.
Whose bed? His bed?
Mm-hmm. And I have a photograph of how the camera's facing. It's turned at an angle.
I mean, I don't think... I turned it back facing my way.
Okay.
I never used it again since then.
I'm just saying, we have a photograph of the camera.
Yeah.
It's not... maybe it's a little catty corner, but it's definitely facing more towards...
And Tyler never spoke to you about any underlying problems, concerns, depression, anything that would have...
Okay. Nothing.
You know what he was wearing last time you seen him?
Like some sort, maybe a polo, maybe, and think it was striped. Yeah, he usually wears something like that. So
It's his normal kind of attire.
yeah.
Do you have any friends in the dorm? Do you ever hang out with anyone other than the guy that...
No. He didn't seem to have any issues.
Dharun, is there anything else we need to know about this? I mean,
No, I don't think so.
here's the big thing I don't want to see happen. I mean, I tell this to people all the time. Anything, take what I'm telling you and believe me, or choose to do what you want, but I would say make your first mistake your last mistake, okay? You're not getting another opportunity to talk to us, okay? This is it. And you've got one who's going to have to go home and look at the ceiling tonight and say, I feel better, I told them everything, they're not going to discover anything, that I don't. I gave them everything I could, I cooperated. And you can go to bed tonight, lay your head on the pillow. Or you're going to be the other person who's going to leave stuff out and manipulate stuff, and you're going to, tonight, go home and count the blocks on the ceiling or stare at the ceiling of your bedroom saying, they're going to find, when they go and find that, they're going to know that, and that's going to be the problem. So what I'm telling you is, I don't know everything that's in your computer, your text and everybody, who the other people are going to speak to. No one's going to, I doubt anybody's going to lie for you at this point. They're going to tell, hey, listen, this is what he did, this is what he told me.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm an easy person, and Doug's an easy person to talk to. We're not going to give anybody a reason to lie to us. I say, listen, don't throw yourself out there for anybody. Tell us the truth. They're like, all right, no problem. Here it is. This is so we're going to get to the bottom of this, with or without you.
Can I stop you for just one second real quick? Because I'm noticing the time on this.
Okay.
This right here, like we already said, we have your computers from Road and everything, okay? We need to take your phone tonight. Okay, for the same reason, we're going to check text message everything like that, just make sure everything checks out. Okay? You're not in trouble right now, but we have to make sure that the story you just told us, everything checks out, okay?
Okay.
So this time, all I need off you is your cell phone. I don't need to search anymore. So if you want to just relinquish your cell phone to me. And I'll give you a copy.
You'll get a receipt and a copy of that.
I'm going to give you a copy of the search warrant that I have for your person.
Okay.
And I'll give you a receipt for your cell phone. Okay. And as soon as they're done with it, you can have it right back.
Okay.
But it's not going to be tonight.
What you can do is this,
And I'll stamp that at 10:59.
what power down, shut it off. What is your phone, what's your carrier?
A Verizon.
Okay, you probably should be able to at least get another phone
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem.
that would up and run with the same number, because whatever's on that phone is on it.
Yeah.
Okay, your SIM card, whatever, that's what they're going to examine. And obviously, there's a lot of data that's kept off the phone. Verizon has a record of,
Yeah.
show all your text logs back and forth. And we're going to have those logs. The first thing I'm doing is getting your text logs.
Yeah.
Every text you sent from that phone.
Is it all?
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you here is if there's something you want, I'd rather it come from you, and at least you could have faith saying, okay, listen, this is what this young man told us. If I go and I find that there's all these texts
Okay,
about
I
you,
have stuff to say then.
then you damn well better say
Yeah, I
it.
was talking to my friend Michelle from Cornell,
Okay?
and I told her what happened. And we were just joking around, saying like, "Oh, you should call in and see." There's a stunt for Tuesday, right? And then I was telling her, "Oh, you should do it." And then I joke around. I was like, "Oh, kids here saying they're gonna have a viewing party," but it was all joking. And obviously, I disabled it so no one could actually do it.
It just seems like you do a lot of joking with everything that you said.
I mean, when I'm uncomfortable about something, I just try to joke about it, and it's kind of screwing me over.
No, I understand that, but you can also go talk to someone about it too. I mean, everything that we've showed you, that you've written, whether it's a text message or an email or Twitter or Facebook, you said it's a joke. So it just seems a lot that everything you ever read is a joke.
I mean, what I say doesn't match up with the action that happened. So obviously they were jokes.
Well,
Who's it? This girl goes to Cornell?
Yeah.
It's a different girl? What's her name?
Michelle Huang.
Michelle Huang?
Huang. Yeah.
And that's going to be, we're going to find it on here.
Yeah, probably.
And you have two of these?
The charger on this, I can't charge it when I plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
So I use that one to charge my battery and I swap batteries.
So there's nothing on that one? Because I have that one too.
Yeah, that one's just, that's like one of my mom's old ones.
Okay.
So just to be clear, even though you conveyed to people that you were going to have a viewing party,
No, I didn't say I wasn't having a viewing
you
party.
said people in your dorm wanted to have one.
No, they were just joking around. Like,
Well, you tell me.
they just said, like, obviously no one actually did anything, so it was just them joking around about, excuse me, they're just telling what people were saying.
Okay. And you said some people in my dorm were saying they want to have a viewing party.
Oh yeah, that's what they were saying.
Okay, and that's what you put out to your friend Michelle. What does she say? Because you shared with her already what's going on.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, haha, I'll call him too. But and then she said she didn't do it, but I didn't expect her to, obviously.
Are you so anxious to text everybody and tell them what happened to Tyler?
What?
Did you text all these people? Did you text about what he did with his partner and tell them the end result of what happened with him?
Like, what happened today?
Tyler, yeah.
Well, I texted, obviously they told me not to tell people at work, so I texted some of them.
All right, can you step outside for a second? Sure. We'll bring him out again, write up a receipt for this, and then.
Okay, listen, we have to end our conversation with you. And you're an adult, and again, I'll run it by you. Your father's outside, and he says he would like for you to have an attorney.
Okay.
So I guess that he's indicating that he wants you to have legal representation.
Okay.
You know what your rights are. It's up to you. I mean, you're an adult. Do you want to continue to talk to us?
How much does he know about the situation?
He hasn't heard anything from us.
Whatever you told him is all he
Whatever you
knows.
told him is what he knows.
And we won't tell him anything, because it's your right. You're an adult.
But he's outside. He's indicated to the sergeant here that I want my son to have an attorney. And I want to honor his request and your rights if that's what, but you're an adult, you're not a kid. I mean, if you were 17 years old, we're done talking, because he has the power and the responsibility for you.
Okay.
But as an adult, if you wish to continue to speak to us, that's fine. But when he comes here and asks for an attorney, I'm kind of obligated to at least make you aware that your father's outside and offering you the services of an attorney should you choose.
Yeah, I'll agree with him.
Okay, and that's fine.
And we're done.
So we're done with our conversation at this point. I have to call my bosses to see if you're going to be charged with a crime, okay, with invading Tyler's privacy. And decide how we're going to handle that. If you're going to be arrested and charged with that, if it's something we need to continue to do our investigation on. So I got to make that call. But as far as talking about this in the particulars, I may have to ask you some pedigree stuff. I may have to get some information from you, but I'm not going to engage you in conversation about this investigation anymore. Now I'm going to rely on everybody else. Okay? Okay.
So you can sit tight.
You can just stay here for now. Let me advise your dad
Work for this, I'll be right back.
that, we're done talking to you. We're going to honor, the request that you chose to have an attorney. Okay?
Every time I teach, I hear a piece that Tyler has played or that I've taught, and it brings memories. He was a very genuine and I guess you could call it shy person, but when he played the violin, it was something different. He had a strong voice. I mean, he knew what he wanted to say, and he spoke through his violin.